For facts about Vietnamese coffee that smells fresh. Vietnamese coffee brewing or Vietnamese drip is popular in the world and has become an icon of Vietnam. It turns out there is a unique fact behind the process of brewing this fragrant coffee. Vietnam is known as one of the countries famous for its coffee blends. There is a unique culture in Vietnam that the people continue to adhere to, especially in the culture of making coffee. The way of brewing coffee in Vietnam is different from other countries. There are special coffee filters used by Vietnamese people to brew their coffee. The unique brewing method makes this Vietnamese coffee filter device popular in the world, where coffee lovers have to be patient and wait because the coffee water drops drop by drop. Here are 4 facts about Vietnamese coffee according to Sprudge. 1. History of coffee in Vietnam. According to historical records, coffee plants were first discovered in Vietnam in 1857. Coffee plants were brought by missionaries from France who tried to use Vietnam's land for their coffee needs, because at that time France colonized Vietnam. They tried to create coffee plantations in the cities of Ninh Binh and Quang Binh, Tonkin Province in 1888. At that time the only type of coffee beans planted was Arabica, after getting a successful harvest. Even though it started with a small plot of land, it turned out that this made the French missionary try to develop a larger one finally. The Robusta coffee plant was chosen, which is easier to care for and resistant to changes in the surrounding environment. 2. Vietnamese coffee has a special filter called Vin. If in Indonesia the traditional method of brewing coffee is known as Tu Bruk, in Vietnam there is Vin. Vin is a small cup used to separate coffee grounds from the brew. Vin is made of stainless steel or aluminum which is not too thick. In the middle there is a filter in the form of small holes through which the water from brewing the coffee will slowly drip out. How to use it: first by preparing a clean fin on top of the cup. Add enough coffee powder and pour hot water until it fills the fin. Next, the dripping coffee water is collected in a cup glass. 3. Addition of sweetened condensed milk, which is typical for Vietnamese coffee. Milk coffee from Vietnam is much more popular, although black coffee is no less popular. Unlike other countries or regions that use creamer or animal milk, there is a special blend of Vietnamese coffee. It adds a sweet and creamy taste because it is mixed with thick sweetness. The use of sweetened condensed milk in Vietnam has actually been around for a long time, even recorded since the 1850s. At that time, fresh milk was still difficult to obtain, so storing milk in sweetened condensed form was considered more profitable. Moreover, if stored in the refrigerator it lasts longer than fresh milk for cold coffee concoctions. The serving glass is filled with ice cubes and sweetened condensed water. Then the coffee water that drips and is collected in the cup is poured into the glass. Then stir until evenly mixed and enjoy cold. 4 types of coffee used in Vietnam. Starting from coffee plants which were mostly produced by French missionaries who came to Vietnam. At that time Robusta coffee was more widely used, but as time went by, Vietnamese coffee farmers also started cultivating Arabica coffee there. Although initially Robusta coffee was in great demand for brewing with Vin, it is said that now many coffee fans are looking for Arabica brews. Vietnam is famous for its quality Arabica coffee beans, especially coffee grown in Hanoi, Da Nang, and Ho Chi Minh. The characteristics of coffee produced in Vietnam tend to be more aromatic, strong and rich in taste.